Hi everyone. Now next questions of interview series is the difference between the equal and is. So these are the two comparator objects, double equals and is. Double equal compares the value or content of the object. Any objects that holds some value, double equals compare those, and is compare their identity, whether they are the same object in the memory or not. So two different variable may hold the same value, may returns the false, and if same value may returns the true, and each returns the false. See the example here. Suppose we create the object A is equal to 1 2 3. Suppose A is equal to 1 2 3. It executes. B is equal to 1 2 3. Now A and B to list. So whenever we use the double equals, so print A double equal to B, it returns the true. Reason is that both holds the same value. And if we print the A is B, it will returns the false, because there are two objects A and B, and they stores on different memory address, so their memory address are not equals. That's why it returns the false. Now suppose if we create a new variable, say c is equal to v, c is equal to v. Now I print again a double b double equal to c, it will again returns the true, because b c holds the same value. And now print c is b, it also returns the true, because whenever we use the whenever we assign v is equal to c, so it will reference the same memory address. Looks the example here. Suppose these are the A contains 1 2 3, B contains 2 3 1 2 3. So whenever we compare one A double equal to B, it will returns, and A stores on different memory address and B stores on different memory address. So whenever we compare with the help of is, it will returns the false. Now we assign the value of C, we assign the value of B to the C. Now instead of creating the new memory address, it again references the same memory address where V is stored. So because the value are the same. So in this case, C is V returns the true, because both are reference the same memory address. So now come to the next example. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 10. Now if we print A double equal to B, definitely it will returns the 1 second, 10, true. Now again print the A is V. What it will returns? True. Why is it so? This should return the false, as I already explained in the concepts, because there are two objects A and V, and for this for the concept that I have already told you, it will return the false, but it will return the true. Why? Reason is simple, because the Python return the many small integers in cache, so that the both variable often reference the same objects. What does it mean? I will explain. So why it returns? Because the Python stores one copy of certain commonly used immutable object and reuses it instead of creating a new object every times. What does it means? Since Python is very smart, so if we create A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to 10, C and 8 and 2, 8, D is equal to 10. So instead of creating the many objects, Python actually store one copy of commonly used immutable objects. So it automatically caches the integer in some memory address. So whenever you use the memory, whenever you use the any numbers are immutable. So this will refer to the same memory address. So this is one contradiction that I already told you. That means that whenever the new object is created, it will returns the false in case of each, but for the integer and for the strings, in both these concepts uses like certain strings they already uh, cache inside the memory. So now see the example of string, like name is equal to ABC, name 2 is equal to ABC. Now see the here, print name 1 equal to 2 and print print name is name 2. See here it is the false, because these are not these are not commonly used in the Python. So both are on the different memory address. Now took the example of suppose Python. So it is frequently used inside the Python. Definitely it will returns the true. UITH1, UITH1. Maybe some upgradations comes, but earlier whenever we used the some certain strings, it also returns the true. So the now come to here, if we use some large integer, definitely Python will not store inside the memory these. So I think it will returns the fast. It depends on the compiler version. So maybe it returns the fast because these are on the different memory address. So some strings and some integers that are very frequently used according to the Python compiler, they store those one copy inside the memory address, so that whenever used next time, it can refer to that particular memory instead of creating the again and again the memory address. So in this way, Python compiler utilize the memory very efficiently. So overall, no, there are two concepts majorly is, so whenever, so when whenever you want to compare the value, use double equal to, and whenever you want to the referencing, whenever you want to compare the, whenever you want to compare the referencing, use is. So behavior of is depend on the Python compiler, Python version. So better use the is in case of only none, and otherwise find out the id of that particular variable. If the id of that variable, id means the memory address of that particular variable, we compare, and whenever they are equal, definitely they will reference to the same memory address. So in this case, it will returns the true if we use the A is B. Like here, if we print the id of A and print the id of B, look, the memory address is the same, that's why this is returns the true. Now here if we print the memory address again, definitely here it will return the different memory address if it is stored in the different memory address. See here, memory address is this memory address, that's why this returns the is this returns the false. Now next is next, whenever you want to compare any variable with the none or none, use the is variable, like name is equal to none, and print yes, it will returns the true. So this is about the concept of double equals and is a comparator comparison operators. Thank you so much. See you in the next questions. Bye.